Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Heel Podcast, where because of snow, we were delayed. Just like school systems, we had to take a delay, and we are back into it. So today is
whatever, man. Whatever.
You know what? I need to say what I need to say. I don't need you ruining my stuff. Okay. So we have a jam-packed episode. Actually, our first jam-packed episode in a while, I have to say, which is not a bad thing. I'll say it this way, a lot of trailers.
Exactly.
So we have to talk about Invincible.
I'm glad you remember this time.
We have to talk about Maul. We have to talk about Daredevil, and we got to talk about Supergirl. And then we're going to be talking about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's the name of it, correct? I'm not crazy?
That is.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we're going to move on to our character spotlight for me, and then getting ourselves ready for next week. So why don't we start with the one that's freshest in my head is Invincible.
Hold on, that one shouldn't be the freshest in your head because I was here while you were watching the other trailer.
We're gonna call BS on that because there's no camera. However, he is correct, but I won't allow it to be remembered. So that being said, let's talk about Invincible first because there was so much going on, and the only thing that I will say, and this is not a dig whatsoever, I don't know which Invincible we're seeing because his costume changed at least 5 times in this trailer.
Yeah, it was going back and forth from the blue to the yellow and blue.
But then there was different variants of the blue and different variants of the yellow. I don't know if you paid attention. Like there was some different things. Some had elbow pads, some didn't. It was a
I mean, obviously the one that really stood out to me was the fact that it was his main uniform, and then it was the robot parts. So obviously we know why, but that was clearly they're showing that he's still recovering from Conquer.
No, Conquest.
Conquest.
His name is what he does. Remember?
Yes. Well, I mean Conquer is basically the same thing.
No, because he's on a conquest.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. His job is his name, which is Conquest.
Yeah. So, his fight. So he's still recovering. So with all his limbs that were lost, he's got his both robot legs and one robot arm. And then like I said, there were the 2 main attires, and then what?
How does he have robotic limbs? He can regenerate.
So they probably haven't regenerated yet. That's my guess.
Oh, so it's like kind of like a cast almost.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, that makes more. I apologize. I took it as a robot clone.
I mean, for all we know, it could be.
I mean, you're right. We don't. The whole thing is we don't know. What we do know is we also see remember the aliens that Nolan fought or went to their world and destroyed it. They're back.
Yeah.
And apparently joined forces in the war.
Was that the red? Were those the red ones?
No, green.
They were green.
Remember, if they stayed too long, they'd age rapidly.
Yeah, no. I do remember that. I remember that part of them. I just don't remember their look, and I clearly missed them in the trailer.
They're green. They have suits on, and the reason why I mention it is because we see them look like they're coming back to invade Earth. However, we see them when they're getting ready for the war. With all the heroes that are going to face the Viltrumites, one of the aliens or dimensional travelers, whatever you want to call them, is with the group.
Okay.
We also see Oliver all grown up. Well, teenager. He's got that Nightwing look.
Yeah. And he's toned his skin color.
What do you mean he toned his skin color?
Well, like he's no longer pink. He's now more the Viltrumite DNA is becoming more prominent.
He stays that color. It just gets a little bit less, weirdly enough.
No, I know. As he gets older, his Viltrumite DNA takes over, and the bug DNA goes away, and that's what I was saying.
Well, he also has a shorter lifespan than Mark.
Hence his aging rapidly. Yeah. Which we don't really know how much time has passed, so we don't know.
Well, that's not a good indication because that doesn't help us at all.
No, I know that. That's what I mean.
No, I know. But
it could be a day.
Realistic. Well, we know it's more than a day. only because Mark is healed enough to like move around. So I'm guessing I would say probably a couple of months, maybe. I definitely don't think it's been a year. If it's been a year, I'll be shocked. We also see that Eve is losing control of her powers or
Yep.
not having her powers. It's a kind of weird thing. Also, the reason
Trouble
using her
controlling
powers,
them. Yeah.
the thought process is because she resurrected herself.
Hmm.
She her new body is having issues using her powers.
That makes
That's my
sense.
that's my thought right now. We see a lot of heroes that we saw in the Invincible War kind of coming back to help. Um, and I mean, it's honestly, it looks incredible. I'm happy to see Nolan and Alan the alien kind of come to get Mark, which I think is kind of cool. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the trailer, he joins the army
Hmm. Hmm.
with his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at the end of the trailer, we see Oliver with his dad and with the group of resistance, the
Yeah.
Viltrumites, and then we see the leader for the first time.
So I remember a while ago I had mentioned Thrag, and I had said they officially casted him and whatnot, and I didn't realize that Thrag was the leader. I thought the military leader that we saw in season 2, uh, I thought he was the leader. So I now realize that he is the second in command and Thrag is the leader. So when I was mentioning that way before, I had gotten those two mixed up in their ranks.
Yeah, Thrag. It depending on how closely they go with the comic, his story is nuts.
I've been hearing a lot of things about how like he is pretty like if we were creeped out with Conquest, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give anything away just because I don't know if it will happen, type of
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah.
it's like, because my big fear is like spoiling something without realizing I spoiled something, just
Hmm.
because I don't know how accurate they're going to go with the story. Because overall they've done a good job, but they've done it differently, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, they've been doing it in the correct order for sure. It's just been a little bit. They've sped up a couple of things and slowed down other things, which
Mm.
doesn't really ruin anything because I think it's been incredible. But I no Thrag is, put it this way, Nolan is this doesn't ruin anything. Nolan is afraid of him.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I know that.
Um, and then they showed I saw a lot of clips of like seeing like the team, like at the end of the trailer, the snapshot of the team. So
Yep.
they show the show and then they show the comic. And what's funny is the only one that looks significantly different is Alan the Alien.
Is he more buff in the show?
No. So what's funny is he's actually less buff in the show,
Oh, okay.
and because of his mutation of changing, he's got a different skin tone after he mutates.
Oh,
Remember how
okay.
you know how he
Yeah.
gets buff, obviously.
Yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
comics, he's a little bit redder. In the second go around.
Okay.
Um,
Huh.
and in the show, all they did was make him buff, which honestly, that's all they needed to do.
Yeah. I just need a very simple.
It was the same concept. But very much excited to see that. Looking forward to seeing Cecil again because he's incredible. But let us move on to the
Yeah.
next trailer.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I know you said that there were a lot of characters that we saw from the Invincible Wars, but I know that they were bringing in a lot of new characters. There were a lot of castings that came in for some of these new characters that are going to play a bigger role. So I'm curious
Yeah,
to
so I
see
think a
who.
lot of these people who were seen didn't really have any screen time, and now they're getting screen time.
Yeah.
So they were already there, but they really, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, there were very few that spoke.
Yeah, no, most of them were just fighting, and we were seeing them either die or whatever. So, um, I'm curious how big of a role they're going to play now.
I'm imagining because of, excuse me, the fear of the Viltrumite War, and they've seen what a Viltrumite can do, even to Mark, who is Viltrumite,
Mm-hmm.
that they're like, oh, we are not prepared. We need to unite as not even as a country, as a world. And we
Mm-hmm.
are now the world defense.
I do think it's still based on the trailers as they're showing Cecil as which we know from the last season that he is caring, but he's still trying to
Such a
look
good
after
character.
he's still trying to look after Mark, and because Mark is so beat up on himself, uh
Conquest did his number on him mentally,
and
not
I'm
just
curious.
physically.
I'm curious about that Conquest, where they're going to go with that.
Shh, we're not going to talk about it.
I know we're not going to talk about it,
Mike,
but I
no, no,
want
no,
to
Mike,
know.
Mike, 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 Mike. Fake news, fake news.
Don't you dare
Conquest.
start with me.
No, no, Conquest doesn't exist anymore. He's dead. We saw the files. Okay, it's not redacted. Okay, it's very clear he's dead. Okay, very clear.
I'm surprised you're going with that route and not that he didn't exist. It was all in our imagination.
No, we tried our best to do that. We met with our team. We found out we couldn't go that route, so we went the other route in the sense of like obviously he existed.
So what you're saying, you committed and now you're backtracking and you're trying to pull a new story?
No. We would never do that. The story has been and always will be the fact that he was killed and defeated by Mark, and we are just studying. We don't even know what happened to the body, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the body just vanished.
Honestly, we have learned that Viltrumites now disintegrate after death. It's incredible to know, and we're very glad with the scientific knowledge we have now. Because when they come back, we now know there's no cleanup needed for their bodies, just for all the other bodies that they create.
Yeah. I like that.
Hold on.
I like that.
Yeah. So we're good. We're good.
You got the okay. No more spins.
No. We as a unit really understood what was happening, and honestly, we're a cohesive team, and we're very proud of what this world is doing to protect our people.
I'm glad.
But no, the trailer was incredible. Honestly, I'm very excited for it.
No, it was a very good trailer.
I figured that there would be a trailer. I just wasn't. It was one of those things where obviously a trailer should be coming up because it's coming out in what, March?
Yeah, March.
I just didn't register.
March
18th.
A
Trailer was coming. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still like a couple months away.
No, it just March 18th. So like when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh wow, they're showing it early. They're showing a trailer early, and then I was like, wait,
I literally
March,
said the same thing, and I read, oh no, it's not. I did the same exact thing, but very excited for it. So let us move on to Daredevil. No, Maul. Let's do Maul.
I was gonna say. I'm looking forward to this because this is something that even though the Han Solo movie got a lot of mixed reviews, but the big thing that was talked about was how Maul got into the position of power that he was in after the Clone Wars and between now leading up into Rebels, where he was just a lost, broken being.
Yep.
So now it seems like we're going to get into that part of where he's a warlord, and that.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It's sounding like, based on what the trailer is this is supposed to be his build up to be it. So
yes,
I don't know if
exactly.
it's going to be. I hope it's more than one season.
I really hope so.
But that being said, either way, it looks and sounds incredible. I know nobody other than Maul.
Yeah, no, I mean same. But no, I mean this is absolutely. I mean, the last time we saw Maul was he got captured by Ahsoka in the Jedi, as Sidious was taking over the galaxy.
Yes.
So we don't know what has happened between. So somehow he escaped. I'm curious if we're gonna talk about that, or if even Palpatine just let him go. But it doesn't seem that way because he's wanted. So, or unless he let him go and started causing trouble. But
I have a feeling he doesn't get let go. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that's a big thing. Like if he's let go, it has to have for some kind of plan for Palpatine. Otherwise, like he's a big loose end that needs to be taken care of.
That's what I mean. Like I can't imagine he would let him live. Honestly, the only thing that makes sense to me for all of this is using him because of the what is it called? What is the thing with the Jedi and the Force users? They have. I keep wanting to say mitochondrians, but that's not right.
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians, thank you. That's why I didn't want to say it, because I was like, I know that's not right, but I knew
Well,
he
no,
mentioned it.
the way that you were saying it, you were like, it's the thing that the Jedi and the Sith use for the Force to create. I'm like, are you trying to say the Force while also just saying the Force?
No, no, no. Because I would feel like, because of Maul's power, he would need that to help create clones for Palpatine.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
that's
that
kind of
could,
because
yeah,
that's the thought process of where he is at this point, is how it's been kind of led up to it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that's kind of my thought process and why he was left alive. However, I doubt he wanted him to escape,
Yeah.
and then obviously because it's Maul, he escaped.
Actually, something that there are two characters that you recognize besides Maul. Um,
Well, one of them's got to be a clone.
no, no. Well, I
Oh,
mean, he might be a clone, but no. They were one was they were both related to Ahsoka. Actually, they were both defeated by Ahsoka.
oh, the Inquisitors.
Yep, it was
But he looked
Merrick.
like he killed one of them.
I don't think it was them. I think it might have been someone different, or
Okay, no, but
you know,
you get my point. You get my point. That's the only reason
a
why.
lot of things that can happen.
No, no, no. Correct, correct. There's also been a lot of Inquisitors.
But there
Been
was
a
the
lot of
Inquisitor from the Tales of the Jedi, when
yes.
the short stories, the one with the creepy mask, and then there was Merrick from the Ahsoka show, again with the creepy mask, but a different creepy mask. The one where she cut him in half and like he turned to gas.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I
Yep.
keep forgetting about that one because he literally turned the gas.
Yeah.
Um,
He was had such potential for him, and then it just was like, what?
he's just smoke, smoke and mirrors, kids. Um, yeah. I mean, it was something I wasn't expecting, and I'm very happy that we're getting it.
Yeah, and obviously, Sam Whitaker is returning into voice Maul, so he's
Yes.
fantastic. Um,
So
it,
he did the voice of Starkiller, correct?
yes, yep,
So there's the one who plays his robot sidekick is
yep.
also in the show as
He's
well.
in this show too, and I think if I'm understanding correctly, he's going to be Maul's robot sidekick.
I sidekick in some way, and I'm assuming robotic sidekick.
Yeah,
Although I don't know if I know that for a fact. That's the only reason why.
I was seeing a lot of comparison, like a
But
lot of things online. It's
they're
like,
reunited, and that was the big talk of it all.
yeah,
Um,
that's really cool.
he's I mean I love him as Maul. He does a great job with Maul. Um, I'm very excited to see where it goes. I mean, I also liked Maul, even though he had the least amount of screen time, and then has created this lore around
Oh yeah,
himself.
I mean that like
And
Maul,
like,
he's like you said, such lore behind him, and he's so mysterious. So
and
it's
yet
like,
we've gotten so many stories because of that for him.
yeah,
We got
yeah,
him back in the Clone Wars, and then he, rises to power, and then we see him in a few other things, and then we see him in Rebels. Granted, he's a defeated guy at that point, but
yeah. I mean,
yeah, I'm
so
very
much potential with that character.
yeah, I'm wondering how much connection we're gonna have to all these other shows because of how they connect.
I think this show in particular, because it seems like it's more of a, it's not going to be like Clone Wars related. It's going to be the animation, and it's taking place slightly in the same time period,
I agree.
but it's not going to be directly connected. Maybe we'll see
Well, no,
maybe a
isn't this
character will
after
pop.
Clone Wars? Isn't this technically like Bad Batch era?
Well, yeah, well, like I'm talking,
No, no,
yeah.
no, I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm just being serious in the sense of like that's kind of what I'm thinking in my mind.
This is post Clone
Clone
Wars,
Wars.
early Empire. So it
Yes, yes,
is.
yes, 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 yes.
Um,
I agree. I agree. I agree.
so yes, I was mistaking with the way I was saying it,
But
but
no, I
like
know what you mean. I know what you mean, though. Yeah, I'm very curious. I mean, it looks incredible. It's,
I don't
I
think we're gonna.
mean,
I really, just based on how the show, the what they're talking about the show, with how it's supposed to go, is focusing on Maul. I don't really think they're going to be showing too many characters from the Clone Wars or Bad Batch, like those
no.
kind
So
of
here's what
things.
I'm thinking, though. I'm thinking that this season will be no like cameos. I think. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think so.
other than the ones that make sense, like Palpatine potentially. Like ones that make sense for Maul.
Yeah,
However, I'm thinking it's going to be, if they do multiple seasons, they will have people come in as like an episode where they'll bump into each other or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like Asajj Ventress and Bad Batch did at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I agree. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But either way, excited. And let us talk about Daredevil.
I want to actually. I apologize. So they released the schedule for this.
Is it once per week?
No, it is actually 2 episodes every single week. And the first, it airs on April 6th.
400 episodes? Is that what you said?
400 episodes? I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. I'm really hoping at this point.
It airs on April 6th, episode 1 and 2, and then two episodes every week for 10 episodes.
Okay, so 5 weeks.
And the final 2 episodes is on May 4th, Star Wars Day.
I can't get mad at that because that's poetic.
Yep. So, I just thought that was I
knew they wanted to do something with May 4th.
May the 4th.
But we'll have to. Yeah, I'm excited. So, are you ready to talk about Daredevil?
I am ready to talk about Daredevil. Yep.
There's a lot of things that were happening that I'm very confused by.
There was so many things that they just shoved in our face that I'm just like, what is going on?
So, Bullseye is out in the open. Yep. We have Wilson Fisk being a boxer.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of questions about that. Don't get me wrong. None, like, it makes sense for the character overall, like, for who Fisk is. But, like, when we go from him running New York and, like, owning it, basically, to now him fighting people in the ring, I have a lot of questions.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt also gets all messed up because they were using sonic waves or sonic blast.
They used a sonic attack, some kind of sonic wave attack. Which,
because of his sensitive ears.
His sensitive hearing, that's like the best way to take him out. So,
and then we had Jessica Jones show up.
Yep.
She went to church. She was. And she did not catch on fire, which is interesting.
Callback.
It is a callback. Did you realize I didn't realize this. I've been watching Breaking Bad with my family. Did you know she was in Breaking Bad?
No, I never saw that. I never watched Breaking Bad, no.
She plays a junkie. Anyway.
Isn't that everybody in that show?
No. There are people with cancer too, Mike. Not everyone's a junkie.
My bad.
One of the two. It's one of the two. You either have cancer or you're a junkie. You can't be both. You definitely can't be both.
Why not?
Anyway, it's not allowed. AMC only allows one or the other. You can't be both.
Oh, sorry. We can't break regulation.
They allow it on AMC Plus, though. They allow it now on AMC Plus. I'm going to hell.
What?
It was a nice trailer. It was incredible. We know nothing. We know absolutely nothing. I'm trying to get back on track.
I know, you're just trying to go.
I just gave up. It was like, I
am very curious about that quick clip it with the guy in front of a camera with that creepy ass face.
Well, it's supposed to be somebody imitating Fisk.
I don't know if it was like someone that's, like you said, imitating him, like is in terms of get under his skin, or if it's supposed to be propaganda, or like.
So the thought, the whole idea is, Matthew Libbard, Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Yep.
And
Fazzy
Fazbear. And from Scream.
Yes.
He's in all those. Mm-hmm. His character is supposed to be literally a thorn in Fisk's side and potentially trying to, because the rules still exist, he's going to try to run for mayor to beat Fisk and, show that Fisk shouldn't be mayor of New York City anymore. And I'm under the impression it does not go well for him. Not because he's not a comic book character in the typical sense. Like apparently, even though he has the same name as another character, it is supposedly unrelated to the comics whatsoever.
That's what I've heard. This is supposed to be a quote unquote original character.
Original character. So because I don't know any of that, I'm assuming it doesn't end well for him. And he turns into a puddle of mush in the gladiator pit, aka the boxing ring.
I don't know. We're gonna have to find out, obviously. I had heard that he wasn't like, yes, he was supposed to be a pain in the ass of Fisk, but he's also not supposed to be like a good guy.
Oh, I never said he was a good guy.
Okay, that's fair then.
He's a politician. I thought that was obvious. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, he's trying to whatever, he's
he's better than Fisk, but that doesn't.
I wasn't gonna say like that's not really saying like just because you're better than Fisk doesn't mean.
Like, it's like all I'm telling you is he's better than Fisk. Like that's all I got for you.
Yeah. It's not like he's gonna be like try to become a hero.
No, he's gonna pretend to be the hero to take down Fisk. But he's not a hero in any way.
But I have to say this trailer was weird. I don't really.
This was the weirdest teaser trailer because it gave me like I have no idea what's going on at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it didn't give us anything.
Based on how the season ended and how they're showing the teaser trailer, I go this could have been like. Before the season.
Don't forget, this is supposed to be one season. They had confirmed that this was originally supposed to be all just one season, and then they decided they were going to split it into two.
No, I know, but you get what I'm saying though, is in the sense of like it's looking like some of this stuff was like probably before, which confuses me even more. But like,
well, I mean, some of it is probably going to be building up, like
I would imagine some flashbacks of like what was kind of going on and all that stuff. I'm also curious about
Foggy is back.
Well, again, could be a flashback.
That's obviously a flashback. I mean, if they just showed him as there and it's not a flashback.
Well, also he had long hair there, so I am definitely thinking it's a flashback.
When we last saw him, he had a beard as well.
Well, also almost a shaved head. It was like a buzz cut compared to what he used to have, is what I'm getting at.
Was it a buzz cut? I
it was definitely a lot shorter than what we've seen.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the long hair, but it was. I thought it was like.
You're right. It might not have been a buzz cut. It might not have been a buzz cut, but like the drastic change between the flowing locks of Foggy Nelson to what he had in Daredevil Born Again was a significant difference. Yes. Jessica Jones looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible. There's no malice meant by that whatsoever. She looks exactly the same. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see her in this show.
There's rumors that there's going to be more people in it, which has been a rumor from the beginning. But there's no confirmation
if who they're going to show if they do show more people.
They were very smart with showing her only in the trailer for obvious reasons because she's been announced. She's the only one that's announced.
Yes, there are talks of bringing in other people, but she's the only one that's announced.
Correct. That doesn't mean any more.
Like for example, the big one, which I knew that you said was never going to happen, was the actor that played Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. I heard his show. So the thing that kills me is, remember how he said, "Oh, he had a show and he's not willing to do it anymore." Well, the show ended.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, it could be real.
The stars are aligning.
The world. No wonder they split it into 2 seasons. They wanted him that bad.
That.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see what they do. But either way, no matter what, I'm excited for it. Let's be honest. Nobody's saying otherwise. So let us move on to the teaser trailer of Supergirl. Lobo.
This was just a more in-depth look at Lobo. It was Jason Momoa hyping it up.
Yeah, so good. We get to see his motorcycle or space bike, which is incredible. We also know that she knows him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how, but she doesn't like him. Which, to be fair, we get.
Yeah, yeah.
And he looks so comic book accurate. It is disgusting in the best way possible.
No, we've said this 100 times. He is a perfect fan casting.
Yes, but I mean, what I'm trying to get at is just the fact of the makeup, the costume, like everything. Like he obviously oozes the personality of him, but the costuming and the makeup and everything else
Yeah.
is like perfect Lobo.
No, I mean James Gunn is very good at like keeping people close as he can to the character from comics while putting his own
Yeah.
twist on it. So a character like Lobo that's really difficult to deviate. So like I can trust James Gunn to just literally take what's on paper and put it to the screen.
Well, I was going to say, because DC has tried to change Lobo before and it did not work.
Yeah.
And they went back to the original Lobo.
Mhm.
So I have a feeling they're going to. I mean, there's been variants overall, but for the most part, other than the big change of New 52, he has been the same, almost the exact same. His costume might be a little bit different. His bike might look a little bit different. His arsenal might be looking a little different.
But those are like minor changes. It's not like something that's like a character.
You're absolutely correct. No, you're absolutely correct. Very excited for it. I mean, I was excited for this movie anyway, but I'm even more excited after reading the comics.
Yeah, I have to say that comic was the trailer, the first trailer that they gave us was like a perfect story for this comic, which is now I'm like, okay, now we're going to see this comic book on the big screen.
Yeah, I was not expecting what we got in the comic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think from the very beginning, I was a little bit confused about why it wasn't Supergirl narrating. It made sense, obviously, once you finish the whole thing. I don't get me wrong, 100% get it now. But I'm talking about when I first went into it. I was like, why are we only listening to this woman's?
Who is this? Why do I care?
Who is she? Why do we care? Her dad's dead. People die all the time. What are we doing here, right? Like I'm sitting here going, why do I care about her when this is a Supergirl comic? But then it plays on, and I go, oh, I'm invested. Yeah. I'm invested. I want to know everything. And then the amount of stuff that isn't told that they insinuate, so good. Like, I just like how I forgot what one it was. I forgot what issue it was, but they were talking about the different travels. And like, I don't want to bore you with all in the individual travels, but let's just say there's a couple that have worse than this. And I don't feel comfortable talking about it. And I'm like, I want to know.
I want to know. Yeah.
You don't. We went to we spent a lot of time on a planet that was racist against purple people, and I got a lot of questions about what we're not showing because we showed that and we're not showing anything else.
Show racist to purple people, and it resulted in their entire species annihilation.
Yeah, complete and utter genocide.
Yeah, which then led to many more species genocides.
Yeah, a lot of genocides.
It was a lot of genocide.
And you know what? Weirdly enough, they added a white man to join their ranks.
Actually, you know, it never crossed my mind. That part never crossed my mind.
Oh, it crossed my mind a lot. Let me tell you.
I'll be honest. I just pictured him as a redhead. That's all I was picturing him. And
I think I was more confused when we see him, and I go, he's white. But like he looked human, and I was like, I got so many questions. Now, granted, obviously he's not a human. He's whatever that species is, but he's the most human out of a lot of the things we see.
Yeah, aside for, I mean, Ruth was pretty human-like as well, but otherwise...
Well, aren't they supposed to be from the same planet, or am I wrong about that?
I don't think they are.
Okay. I think I went very racist and assumed that they were from the same planet because they had the same amount of limbs, and they look kind of similar bipedal-wise. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Those are the only reasons. No, I'm not positive. I don't remember.
That was never really clear. It was never really clear.
I think they said that he came from off-world, and
you're right. You're right. You're right, because I think they made a comment about when Supergirl was there about off-worlders.
Well, I know that they made a comment about her because she's...
No, I know, but I'm wondering, because they made it seem like she's not the first one to come here.
I think that was in a different. That was in the genocide, the first genocide, the genocide of the purple people.
Oh, maybe I'm mixing things up.
Because they
I
don't, because they do not, because the blue people do not like outsiders. Because they
yeah,
don't like people
yeah,
snooping around to try to figure out what they did.
yeah. Which they whoa, man, do they effed up. Man,
Yeah.
huh. They allowed genocide by accident. They're the only people I know who did genocide by accident, by a proxy, genocide a proxy, by proxy.
But I
I
mean, so Krem, I don't know if you are aware of this, but he was in the Supergirl trailer. He was with the band of pirates.
I was wondering that, so I wasn't 1,000% sure because he was already with the pirates. I kind of got thrown off,
So like they didn't show him with the pirates, but it was like
but it was the
in.
same. It was yes.
So like they only showed him for a quick cut through. It wasn't
Okay.
like we just like show like he I so after reading the comic I did rewatch the trailer to see like how much more I can learn from, getting more information. And I'm assuming the character that Krem is, it was a scene that it just showed his face and he was pulling a gun out. And I
Okay.
think that was Krem. Um I know that we saw him in the trailer because I've seen people talking about it, but I just,
Yeah, you don't know specifically which one. That's
obviously we
fair.
see Ruth in the trailer, which
Yeah, we definitely see Ruth. Yeah.
she is a major part of this. A small difference that they did was that in the trailer, Supergirl is 23. In the comic, she's 21.
Yeah,
Um,
she was legally allowed to drink them, which
yeah,
throws me off because she was off world, and I didn't think age mattered.
yeah. Well, you never know; they still have rules.
I guess.
um,
Yeah, but I
I
meant because of different species, I was like, how do they know that she's not? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's me.
yeah. I liked the crypto story the entire time, and at the end of the story, it was like, oh yeah, I made that up just to motivate you, or like I'm like, brother, it's like I was invested in this. I thought we were
I
gonna
legit.
lose
So
crypto.
my whole thing was, I'm gonna sound awful saying this. I forgot about crypto like halfway through the series, and then when we got to the horse, I was even more.
The horse threw me off. That one threw me so off.
So I've seen her with the horse before,
I have not. So
but I
that was
never
new.
knew it was a man.
Yeah.
It was, and it wasn't Kryptonian, right? Or is he Kryptonian? I
I
forget.
I don't think he was. He just was.
He's just a
Do
super
you
horse.
comment?
Um, I wasn't prepared for the horse. I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody was, but the horse threw me off. And then when they finally bring up Crypto again, I was like, "Oh, he's dead. I hope he doesn't die." And then I was like, "Oh, she faked
Well,
it."
uh,
But
so
not that he did get hurt. It's just he wasn't gonna die.
yeah. She left him with the healers, and he was fine. Okay, so um, comet in
Take your time.
comics
Thank
refers
you.
to several DC comic characters, most notably the angelic centaur Andy Martinez, who is the Earth-born angel of love, and the original Golden Age hero John Dickering, who was the first superhero killed in the line of duty.
And I have next.
Other versions include Captain Comic, a powerful
Nope.
alien, and the Super Horse, Supergirl's pet. Uh,
We're
Comet the
looking for the
Super
pet.
Horse, Supergirl's intelligent flying horse, who has appeared in several.
Is he a man trapped in a horse's body?
I'm trying to see if it'll tell me if he's Kryptonian or not. Okay, Comet the Super Horse. Base of operations is Smallville. That does not help.
Everyone's in Smallville.
Pre-crisis, Byron, a centaur, was accidentally cursed by a spell intended to make him fluffy human, but instead turned him into a horse. A millennia later, he was accidentally freed from the space prison by Supergirl and became her ally ever since.
Okay, that's
Post-crisis,
accurate.
Yeah, post-crisis, a human jockey trampled to death by horses, Andrew Jones was resurrected by a group called the Stable, who used genetic engineering to turn him into a
And they're called the
shape-shifting superhuman.
stable. That pisses me off even more because that's where you put horses.
I'm glad. I'm so glad that you know that.
What, did you not know that? Did you
No,
honestly not?
no, I did. It's just the way, like, it was like
I'm just pissed off about it because it's like
you just like stated what it like, just made it as plain as possible.
I'm mad that they named the stable.
I'm um so yeah, so he is not no matter what, he is not Kryptonian.
Okay, fair
Whether
enough.
he is a human or some other species that got cursed into becoming
Yeah,
a
he's
horse.
magical in some standpoint and
Yep.
whatsoever. Um, Also, the other thing that threw me off was what's his name? I'm not gonna pronounce his name right. The white Genesis. No. The white.
Creme.
Thank you. You knew who I was talking about.
The white Genesis.
The genocide maker.
The one that's got a murder spree going.
I also wasn't prepared for his magic.
Yeah, the magic ball. Yeah, that one came out of nowhere. Two of them.
Yeah. The green sun threw me off. I've never heard of a green sun.
Yeah, no, that the kryptonite engineered sun. That one really, I didn't see that coming at all.
I was like, oh, it's green. I've never heard of a green sun. And then she's like, it was made for my cousin. I was like, oh, she did.
I love that. I love that in that scene where they're talking about it, like, oh, how long did he have to
45
suffer
minutes.
here before the team came and saved him? He said it was like 45 minutes. He's like, oh, this is like 8 hours to go. Oh, I'll be fine.
Yeah. No, I can make it. And then she ends it with longest 45 minutes ever.
I like the direction that they're going with this. That like James Gunn is taking it from this, where she is dealing with her. I love that they talked about Krypton in this, like
Indirectly, but yes.
I mean, it was pretty direct.
No, but what I meant was it did. What I meant by that was it wasn't related to the story overall. Yes. It was very direct that they talked about it. But what I'm getting at is, it wasn't like it pertained to the story 100%. It gave
that it didn't pertain to the story, but it did give context to why Supergirl is the way she is.
Absolutely. And I was not prepared for that either. Her having to bury all the bodies.
I mean, the fact that they were able to survive and then was still dying, slowly dying for basic, kryptonite poisoning, and the fact that her father kept trying to save them and he just couldn't save them. I know we had talked about how I know we had talked about like how Supergirl had her personality and like what would lead to what, but like this perfectly described, like it's a perfect indication of what was it? Superman sees the hope in people and I see the truth.
No, you're absolutely correct.
It's like she experienced a full, or not a full life, but a life of happiness and prosperity, and saw it all get destroyed. So it like totally understands why she has such a cynical look.
So this is where it gets so weird too, because technically she's physically younger than Clark.
When she gets to Earth, she is physically younger than Clark. Yes.
Yes. No, obviously before they leave, she's a lot older.
Mm-hmm. She is technically his older cousin, but age-wise, she became younger because of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We don't actually
know.
No,
I'm saying from the comics. I'm stating it from the comics because we don't know her full origin story yet.
Well, I mean, even in the comics, we don't really, like in this particular comic, we don't really know.
Oh, that's fair.
What, because all we saw was her getting sent off of I'm blanking on her
asteroid.
Yeah, but I forget the city's name.
Oh yeah, I can't think of it now.
I think it begins either with an A or an E. But
Doesn't
anyways,
matter.
like we see her getting sent off the asteroid, and then after that, we don't know what happened.
Correct. We're just assuming. You're correct. Yeah, she's just she don't care. Like it's weird to me because it's like, right, we're seeing her be the more violent one compared to Superman, right?
Which, yeah,
Um,
still that one always
no, it's always
stands
been the
true.
case. No, that's always been the case. But she's also like kind too, which is not to say that she isn't kind, but what I'm saying is it's sometimes odd because there's times where she'll literally step on a guy's back arm and break it,
Hmm.
and then other times she's like trying to have a conversation with somebody. Like this whole journey was just so this girl realized that revenge was not the answer, supposedly.
Yeah, and I bet you were laughing at the very end of the story.
I literally was like, well, "Who killed who?"
I thought that was I had a little chuckle where I was like, oh, okay, we went that route. It's like,
Yeah, I was not prepared for that. Also, Supergirl like took a beating in this series
she did.
multiple times.
Those pirates. Oh, I mean, obviously the big
Not
ones
just the
was when,
pirates,
but like
yes.
it was because of the effects of the red sun when she first got beaten by Krem. Then
Yeah.
it was the kryptonite sun,
Yeah.
which she almost got devoured by multiple dinosaurs. Um,
Also true.
and
Now,
then
is that the planet that the prison planet that gets created by Lex Luthor, or no?
they didn't specify
Okay.
it, but I'm going to assume yes. I believe the planet was called Salvage because
I
it was like she said, it was made for Superman.
yeah.
Red, green.
It was kryptonite generated sun.
Yep,
And
it was
was
a
monsters
planet full
to kill.
planet full of monsters and beasts. So that is very again, I believe
It's at
it's called
least
Salvage.
Yeah, that's what it is that we know of, but that doesn't mean that planet she was on was called Savage.
Yes, but I'm so
We're assuming so.
I'm blanking on the planet's name. So it was called Salvage, like not in the comic, the one that we know.
I believe it was called Savage. I don't think it was Sanctuary. I think it was Savage. Savage or Salvage?
I thought it was Salvage, but
No, you're probably right because it was advertised to be like a safe haven when we found out it actually was just a prison.
Yes. Let me see. Planet
Anyway.
Peacemaker gets sent to Salvation.
Sorry. So I was right.
Close.
I just had the wrong thing. It was the idea was it was called that to get people excited for it, and then it didn't happen the way they thought.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so it's definitely interesting. Very much. So this whole thing was great. I think what threw me off the most was at the end where I can't even think of her name now, but she's
Ruth.
an old lady now.
Ruth.
And I
yeah,
was
that's what I was talking about.
I was
is
like, what?
the massive time jump. But I mean, again, it was like difference in planets. You don't know how the aging works between different planets.
Also true. And Kryptonians age differently anyway.
They age very slower depending on the sun.
Correct. And so, like, we don't know, but it was nice to see Crypto again, too. And she's like, who's a good boy? Who's a good dog? Crypto's a good boy.
And then she brutally stabs Krem a bunch of times when he's finally released from prison after accepting that he was a monster.
Yeah. I was not prepared for that. That definitely messed with me a lot. Only because it was made to say like, oh, revenge is not the answer, and then she was like,
and then she's like, nah, revenge. I still want my revenge.
I want the Crimson river coming down on me.
Like you said, I did not see that coming. I just when the panel started and just see her figure.
I will say this. I was like, are they really gonna do this like try to like enemy friendship thing now? And then it clearly was not where we're going. But I was like a little disappointed. And then they did that. I went, oh God.
And then I love that they all just walked away. They were like, okay, he's fine.
And like and like not even like a wince of care whatsoever. Not that they needed to, but I was just like, wow. They just ended him. Mm-hmm.
He deserved it.
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just stating that I was just very surprised that they waited until he was realized his wrongs, and then killed him.
Yeah. What was it? 100 years in prison?
It was something along that line, yes.
Yeah. In the Phantom Zone. It was 100 years in the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
Torture. But I liked this comic. I really liked it. The animation was interesting. The art style. Sorry, so used to watching shows.
No, but I get your point. Yeah, there was a lot of like. I think there was a couple of points where I was kind of just like, eh. But like realistic, I think it was more in the first issue, if I remember correctly. And then once it picked up, I like didn't stop. I read I read the rest of it like right away.
Yeah,
almost.
No, I mean, I agree. Like the first issue was like, okay, like what's going on? Why do I really care about this? Yeah, it was kind of just like
whatever. But once you get the whole story, everything just made more sense. I would be curious if I read the first issue again, would I still feel the same way because I know what happens? Yeah. That being said, though, minus that, I mean, it didn't ruin anything. I'm just saying, like the first issue was just kind of not really knowing what was happening type of thing.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. The first issue
typical anyway. But I'm just saying,
it's the world setting.
I'm just stating, correct. But yeah, I was very impressed. Very impressed. I'm much looking forward to seeing how they're going to do it in the movie. Like how closely related it's going to be. I know it's heavily inspired, but they've already added somebody new.
I mean, like you said, like like I had said earlier, is like when watching the trailer and reading this comic, aside for Lobo, it's already pretty much like taking the same
He's
stuff.
The only thing that's new. That's it that we're aware of.
So I mean, like you said, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to some whatever changes they do make. It. I mean, like we said, we do trust what James Gunn is doing right now. Mm-hmm. He's got a good vision. I don't remember who is actually directing Supergirl.
They've said it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, but I believe she has a good reputation as well, so I think it's fine.
No, I'm not. Based on what we've seen, I'm really not that concerned at this moment. I'm just looking forward to it in general. But that is it for now. Are you ready to do my character spotlight?
I am ready for your character spotlight.
Okay. Have you ever you have heard of the game Marvel Rivals?
Yeah.
So there's a character in it who is a relatively new character. She's from 2019, which in comic book standings is pretty new.
Basically a toddler.
Yep. So I am going to honestly admit that I'm most likely going to be saying this person's real name wrong. However, her alias is easier to say. So Sol Hee, who is a Korean woman, also goes by the name Luna Snow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So she lost her parents when she was young, thus was raised by her grandmother, and in order to support the family, she decided to become an idol, applying to a special academy where she founded the South Korean K-pop group known as 4L1T. It probably stands for something that I don't know.
I was going to say, that's a name.
Floor 1T? Floor 1T. That's hilarious. With other trainees, Minji, Jinso, and Haewon, and she took on the name Luna. Luna Snow later fought against fellow South Koreans White Fox and Crescent against an invasion of fire demons from the realm of, I am not even going to try to say that. Musaflem? Luna used her abilities to freeze the water that the fire demons stood on and fired ice shards towards them in order to smother their flames. During the battle, she was frozen in a block of ice when the Agents of Atlas member Brawn sprayed water on her. Taken hostage by Cinder, the Queen of Cinders. That's hilarious. It's spelled differently. That's what threw me off for a second. Oh. Luna was rescued by Brawn, who infiltrated the Fire Goblin army with White Fox's help, teleporting the both of them away. After Luna regained her strength, she, alongside Arrow and Wave, went through Cinder's portal to the North Pole in order to prevent the polar ice caps from melting through their combined powers. Upon defeating Cinder's Asgardian dragons and prevented the polar ice caps from melting, Luna and the agents of Atlas fought against Cinder and her army on the Great Wall of China, ultimately expelling them back to their home dimension. After Malekith's defeat, Luna and the agents helped with Shanghai's population recover from the war. Following the War of the Realms, Luna helped the agents of Atlas hunt down the last fire dragon, which was defeated and taken down by Isaac Akita, the protector of Pan. While he flirted with Luna, later, while Luna was in rehearsal in Tokyo alongside Silk in the big company, I'm not even going to try to say that, company, connected many Asian communities from around the Earth through portals to the portal city of Pan. Following an introduction to Pan by Mike, the city was attacked by a group of Wyrens. The agents of Atlas fought against the Wyrens alongside Isaac, who kept flirting with Luna until the Wyrens fled after Luna, Arrow, and Wave created a blizzard. Now, I don't know if you remember, you know what Wave is capable of doing, correct? So she was technically in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. She was Peter Parker's first love interest.
Oh,
so
okay.
she didn't have any powers in the show yet, but she
Yep.
has water powers basically. And Arrow is obviously air, so ice, wind, and water combine together to create a blizzard.
Okay.
After the fight, Isaac, offered to enlist the agents of Atlas as Pan's protectors. Luna and Isaac were surrounded by fans and interviewed by a reporter supposedly working for the company. So that he could use her fame to sell Pan passes to spectators. Later on, during a party at the Pan Asian School for the Unusual Gifted, what is that? Wonder what that sounds like. Luna approached Braun to discuss their suspicions about this particular person. I just don't know how to say his name. It's Nguyen.
I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not saying it. During their conversation, Luna and Braun saved the group of Madaporian refugees from sea serpents, and following a confrontation with a Pan guard who had tried to arrest the refugees, Luna and Braun kissed. Now, Braun is the Asian scientist kid from My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Chow.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So
the one that was like really arrogant.
Yeah, he turns into a Hulk-like creature.
Yep.
Anyway, so they kissed.
Don't do that.
The confrontation and kiss were broadcast to the whole world, and much to Luna's frustration, shortly thereafter, she, Isaac, and the agents of Atlas were forced to protect the refugees from the sea serpents and the Pan guard yet again until a fight was stopped by Guyan. I'm just going to call him Guyan, who cleared up the alleged misunderstanding and took the refugees to a hotel. After this incident, Luna was whisked away from the fans by Braun to Atlas Secret Bunker 394B in Seoul in Korea, where the agents of Atlas decided to become Pan's protectors in order to investigate the big Guyan company from the inside. Meanwhile, Lunastone Enterprises negotiated a cease and desist on the use of images featuring Luna kissing Amadeus in future Pan advertising. It was later revealed that the source of Pan's portals come from an Atlantean sea serpent that the big Guyan company had captured, and Luna and the other agents of Atlas intervened to prevent a war between Pan and Atlantis. Atlantis. Luna later recruited by her Atlas teammate White Fox into joining the Tiger Division and helped the team with stopping the Cho faction and Doctor Doom himself. Luna began her first solo tour to promote her new album, and during the sold-out show at Madison Square Garden, because everyone goes to Madison Square Garden,
Hey, it's a very big venue, man.
I know, but in the comics, it's just odd that they use, Anyway, she was
Oh,
attacked
okay.
on stage by a Manoi, but fought her off with her Atlas teammate Silk, who had been previously investigating the Manoi. After a concert, Luna offered to further assist Silk with finishing the Manoi, but declined the offer. But she was declining the offer, sorry. She was one of the several musical acts for the festival in Orange County and helped Dazzler, Lila Cheney, and Ghost Spider with preventing Deep Void from summoning the Fear Child. That just doesn't sound good. When when Doctor Doom was made Emperor of the World, the South Korean government reformed the Tiger Division as a pan-Asian peacekeeping alliance called Doom's Division, while Luna was tasked with recording a pro-Doom album. Isn't that funny? Despite her own reluctance to do so, she was still having to do it. When Lightbright quit the team out of protest, she met with Luna during a rehearsal and was disappointed that Luna was promoting Doom's propaganda through her new music, even though Luna was also opposed to it. During one of her pro-Doom concerts, wow, this is way too accurate. I was not prepared for this. I'm sorry, Mike.
I'm like,
Real
man,
world.
you're really
Real
crossing
world.
boundaries right now.
This boundary was not prepared for. I'm telling you that right now. During one of her pro-Doom's concerts, Luna found out that the Tiger Division was arrested for helping Sunfire and ended her show to help break her teammates out with White Fox and Sunfire. Luna went off the grid with her reunited Tiger Division and began promoting anti-Doom messages for her fans. Now, even though Doom was eventually stripped of his power, Luna's reputation was ruined. Some called her a fascist for her previous work with Doom, while others called her a traitor for working with Sunfire. Deemed too controversial, she was dropped by all of the agencies in favor of a new K-pop star, Vibe. Luna briefly changed her style to be more punk sounding, but after a small show in Tokyo, she and Sunfire discovered that Vibe's music was putting people in trances. She, Sunfire, Wave, and Rick Jones confronted Vibe at a show in Central Park, not Madison Square Garden, where Vibe's manager, Mr. Renard, revealed himself to be Star Fox, admitting that he's been using Vibe's powers to spread his powers of seduction to heal the world from the strife left behind from Doom. Yeah, BS. Star Fox offered to use his powers to help salvage Luna's reputation, but she rejected him and he was eventually banished off-world by Vibe, who felt remorseful for her actions and made amends with Luna. Now, I don't know how much we've talked about this, but based on this story, do you know what her powers are? Roughly.
No, not really, to be honest.
She is the ability to manipulate ice in a very weird way.
Okay.
So it's ice powers in general.
Yeah.
So she can produce...
So when you first said like her name was Luna Snow, I was like, okay, something involving that. But when you were saying it, it didn't really focus.
Well, because every time we talked about her powers, it was with other people, so you didn't know what her powers were. That's the reason why I was mentioning it. So she has this weird ability where she produces two types of ice: dark ice and light ice.
How original.
What do you think dark ice is used for? Be careful. Ice is listening.
No. What I was actually going to say is, like, in my head, I was like, dark ice, black ice is going to make you slip. Like,
what do you think light ice would do then?
Blind you.
Okay. It is dark ice is used for destruction, and light ice is used for healing.
Okay. All right.
So her destructive one, aka her dark ice. She can create dark ice with destructive properties. This ice will not only freeze matter, but also corrode and destabilize it to a molecular level, causing structures to shatter explosively or organic matter to wither and decay under its touch. She can summon blizzards of razor-sharp blackened ice shards, creating walls and weapons of unnaturally cold and near indestructible ice, generating void-like frost fields that sap heat and light and vitality from their surrounding areas. Her ice can absorb energy from attacks, countering fire and heat-based abilities by nullifying their attacks.
Interesting.
Her light ice can create cold energy infused with restorative light. She generates crystalline ice sculptures that emit gentle, illuminating glow capable of not only freezing targets, but also mending wounds. Her icy touch could soothe burns, halt bleeding, and knit flesh together with remarkable precision.
Aside for the knitting the flesh together, the other two would make sense.
Yeah, the knitting of the flesh threw me off, I'm not gonna lie to you. She has a sound immunity. So as a musician, she's immune to songs that can bewitch or hypnotize people.
Which is why she could counter the other one. Vibe. Is that, yeah.
Yep, vibe. She's a talented singer and dancer, which is something we kind of already figured. And realistically, she's most known in Marvel Rivals. But apparently she made her debut in Marvel Future Fight before the comics. Which I find interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
And you know what's funny? I do not have any
power rankings.
No, I don't have any of like the rankings. You know how they normally do like the power scale?
Yeah.
I don't have that here. So anyway, I thought she'd be interesting. It's cold. It's wintry. We had to pause this episode because of snow. So therefore, I thought Luna Snow was a perfect candidate for it. Because she's a character that I knew for a fact even if you saw her, I know you don't know her. That's kind of how
definitely not. Yeah.
But I also didn't know, like I knew she had ice powers. I didn't realize she was like a dual user of it, like destructive and restorative. Did not know that. So thought it was interesting. Also the fact of like her being basically like K-pop demon hunters before it was cool.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, as soon as you started that, I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yep. But overall, that is my character spotlight for this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about any trailers that come out, because who knows. And we are going to be talking about all 8 episodes of Wonder Man that is premiering immediately at this time, because it is now 9 o'clock where we are, and I'm going to be watching this right after we're done here. So, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Scott and Mike signing out of the Black Eel Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.